Not, not me forgetting to put on freaking background music for this shit. Hold up. There we go. Yo. Yo. we're getting right into it. We're getting right into it. I just wanna get into the goods. Get into yeah, that. How many did you want? I think just like the one or two, maybe. I think. Hello. Hi. Hydrate. Hold up. I got you. I feel like this music sets a good background vibe. The 10, bruh. I did not ask for a 10. I mean, you can give me 10 if you want, but shit. Oh my god. Okay. Let me see. Make sure. Did it do the thing? It did the thing. Yay! I'm glad the bot's actually finally fucking working again. Let's go. And let me get this freaking music thing out of here. Okay. Hello. Hi. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're all doing okay. You're doing lovely. Hey Paris. Hey Mischief. Hey Azrael. Hey Rain. Hey Jester. Hi. How's it going? Hello. Honestly, I kind of want to just get like right into this, so I'll kind of show you what I've been doing so far though. So this is what I got so far of our lovely rat. This is the rat thus far. So far I'm not gonna show under skirt, of course, for reasons, but she is covered. We got the skirt. I did reshape the body a bit more so it fits me a bit better. Yesterday I was beefing with the hair. The hair was being a piece of shit, but got the hair done. I gave her her fucking ears, gave her glasses. I got all of her accessories and everything for her hair and whatnot too. But honestly, I mean, if you compare it like side by side to the actual like clip art here, I think I got pretty close. Hey Penumbra, hey Tony, how's it going? Why am I being bonked for? What happened? Why am I being bonked? But I think I'm doing alright so far. So far at least. I'm trying to make sure that everything essential is its own separate mesh too, so I can texture them separately. But I'm thinking next up, I want to try and tackle the school uniform part, the top. So we shall see how it goes. I'm gonna be on too long, too tired, have fun with stream. Hey, Grell. I mean, honestly, if you just want to have this on in the background, this is gonna be not much talking or anything. It's just gonna be me working on the rat in Blender. So I did something instead of adulting properly. Oh god, what'd you do? Get nuggies though. Get your fucking nuggies. Okay. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I guess I could start with like a base mesh and then build it from there. So let's see, because she has baggy sleeves. The shirt itself is pretty baggy. Yeah, so we'll definitely have the top itself be one part, and then we'll have the necktie be separate. This is fine so long as the rat is not an actual blender. I guess that's fair enough, honestly. That's fair. Actually, let me turn the music a tiny bit. I think that's fine, actually. I think that's fine. Gives me some background noise, and I'm gonna try not to lock in too much. What if I want to be at a ZUMI, hi, how's it going? Rat soup? I don't want rat soup. I want rat in general. Hi, hello. Yeah, what you think? What you think? You look so cute. You look so sexy, bro. Here we have Rat in La 3D. Would you eat me if I was rat soup? Yeah, I would. For sure. Absolutely. I'm glad you like it. Next up, I'm doing the shirt so you can stop being exposed. So, okay, let's see. Let's see. If we're doing the top, we want it to be baggy, so we'll start off. Actually, do I make it a transparent measure? How dare you? Straight up thighs? Yeah, bro, I gave you the thickest thighs. The best thighs. You look so good. Why am I being bonked, Rambo? What the fuck? Fuck you, Rambo. Asshole. Okay. How do I want to do this? Let me... Let's see, the easiest way to do this would probably be... making... Let's not do full polygon, because... Or let's not do a full shape, because that way I can't control that much. What I'll do is... go to the side view here, and because let's see, it kind of like swoops down and over a bit, so we'll start with a... Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we'll duplicate it off the body. Go edit, and we'll start by placing down a couple vertices. No, whoa, what the fuck? And we'll do a couple quick extrusions and then select the entire thing. And then we'll separate by selection, get into object mode, and we're going to select this one and edit this. That way the body does not get modified. And this we're going to rename to shirt. Okay, so let's actually get started on making this properly shaped to our lovely rat. So let's see. So because the shirt's baggy, it goes down to about like here. So move this down slightly. We're just gonna make some simple extrusions down. I want to make a couple smaller ones here, just so I have the vertices necessary to make the fold in this part here. Well, I guess that part here I could always bevel onto it later, but we'll get to that part later. We'll get to that part later. Okay. My drink is already out. I need to get a different one. Hold up. Hey Kat, how's it going? Okay. Thank you, Mischief, for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Okay. Let me... Oh wait, let me get a hydrate first. Okay, just to make sure mirror modifier is active. Good. And clipping is allowed. Good, good, good. So... I'm drinking my fucking water! I'm drinking my fucking water. Or drink. You bitch. You're a bitch. Shut the fuck up. Let's see. Because the top's a bit baggier, I'm going to assume that it kind of like goes up to here and rests off the back here because ZUMI got a bit of a hump. The girl got a bit of a hump. Actually, let me move this like that. And then this, I'll just slide down a bit like here. Okay. And now we're just going to keep in mind some of these vertices are going to be temporary too. We're not keeping all of them. This let me bring here. Let me start to extrude up and over the back like so. We're going to try and follow this back curve as closely as we can. But again, shirt is baggier, so we're going to leave some open space back here. And then we'll take this and merge that towards the last vertex, like so. And select the entire thing. Okay. We're gonna actually turn off clipping because I want to have my working space on my right side here. I don't know why it defaults to my left side now. That's so weird. Okay. So we're gonna have these be like right here. Let's see, for right now, let me disable that, disable the body, disable that. I guess we'll leave the hair and all that active, just for right now. Because then these parts here, just to get them out of the way. I'm gonna move these over, like so. See, I already took care of that median vertex. How does it look like with the body? Okay, I moved it out a bit too far. That's fine. I'll just shrink it back down a bit. Okay. And then this, I can actually shrink in a bit because that's a bit too far out. Just like that. And this move back here. These two are gonna move back like that. And we'll just slide these on back like so. Slide this a little bit further back like here. And we'll just kind of leave everything sitting mostly like that for the time being. Actually, let me take these, slide these a bit closer. Right about there, I think is good. And slide that in a bit more. Slide that in a bit more. Okay. Hey LV Gaming, how's it going? How's it going? Again, I apologize if I'm not being very super verbal. I'm trying to both lock in, but also like explain things to y'all because, you know, also, I don't know if I'm the best judge to like explain things to people because I've only even been a blender myself for like 2 weeks. So this is just me relearning a bunch of shit that I knew previously. Okay, let's see. Where's the skirt in relation to this? Okay. I really should have kept the skirt up so I could use that to gauge where things should go. Let's see. I'll just subdivide this so we have a separate vertex. And I'll just slide this out to add a bit more curvature. How'd you do the face? I found it so difficult. Okay. How did you start your face? Because I did mine through pure poly modeling. So I had a reference up on my screen, and I kind of did like what I did here, where I did all these individual vertices and then I joined them together. And so like I'm gonna use this as an example. I just like slowly took these bits here and like extruded points together like so, and then I just, oh shit, and then I just like filled in the individual faces. And then it was just all about shaping it. Of course, the base model head that I had previously did not look like ZUMI at all. So then once I had the base model head, I just had to tweak it and shape it. I redid the entire eye structure too. And I did actually... I gave the rat a tongue. I need to give her teeth though. I need to give her teeth. I'll do that later. But she has a tongue. She has all that. She has mouth. I will say the only thing I'm not 100% on is the glasses. Of course, anime glasses, they're weird. So the only way I was able to make them look kind of natural was by making the freaking holder parts of the glasses like extremely fucking long. Because otherwise these round frames would not fit onto her face and look normal. Actually, wait. Aren't these supposed to be down a bit further normally? They're supposed to like rest on the bridge of the nose. I'm just now realizing this. Hold up. Let me fix this shit. Let's see. Oh shit, didn't want to control Z. I want to wireframe. Because then this entire thing here. Just drag select. Okay, back to solid. Drag this down a little bit more. That's a bit further away, so I'll just... bring it a tiny bit closer, and that looks good enough for me. Keep it solid, go back to object. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. She can't even do the resume. Is it even ZUMI? So true. I got everything but the hair done for mine. The hair was interesting. Getting the bulk shape of it down was hard, but surprisingly the easiest part was getting these little strands done. The clothes is what I am working on today. I am beginning work on the clothes, so fingers crossed that goes well. Hey Slinger, how's it going? Anywho, speaking of clothes, let's get back to work on the shirt. So I am actually going to do what I did as an example there. I'm going to bring that out. We're going to bring this out. We're going to take these and fill, and take these and fill those in, and that gives us our first plane. And just because this is the booba area, we're going to inset it ever so slightly, but not too much because the top is supposed to be baggy. Hey Gaia, how's it going? I don't know what clothes she wants. I'm gonna ask when I'm done with the base model. Yeah, so what I'm doing, for me in particular at least, what I did was I made the base model and I saved that as its own separate... Why the fuck are the shoulders so damn spiky, bro? I'm sorry, I'm fixing this real quick. Yeah, what I did is I made a base model and I had that saved as its own Blender file, and then the... Oh, it's because of this. Okay, why the fuck did this get shrunken? Yeah, but then that way, whenever I'm done with ZUMI's model, if I want to make more people into models, which I do, I will make more people models. Then what I can do is I can just take that model base and transform it into other people. I just figured ZUMI would be a good test because she's more simplistic in her design. Okay. Okay. I use that music too. Yeah. Yeah, I put points in the shoulder by accident. Yeah, now that looks a bit more naturally rounded. She has more natural muscle structure. And I did actually give her back muscles. ZUMI is built on the back. I gave the back its more natural crevice. We have the proper arm muscles. I do need to give her elbows, proper elbows, but I do, whenever I get to the hands, I will definitely work on them more. But I did at least work on the shaping of them, so that way there's spots for nails. I do think for ZUMI in particular, though, her hands are a bit smaller, so I might make them a tiny bit smaller to better fit her. But we'll see whenever the shirt is done how much of that I need to work on. But let's see. Okay. Okay. And there's that. And now I'll do the same for this. Just take all these verts. And we will... I'll put that one. Then we'll just go ahead and extrude along this region. Bring it up a bit. And save for these ones right here. We'll just drag it down a tiny bit. And then we'll take these ones here and raise them up a bit. Okay. And then, because let's see, she has a schoolgirl's uniform, so this kind of like drapes over. So what I'm gonna do, okay, let me see what the easiest way to do this. Okay, so the shirt and sleeves are connected. We have a slight bit of like a lip over here, but then this part is like a cowl that folds over. So I think what I'll do is I'll make the base shirt underneath, and then we'll make this part like an extrusion that folds over, and then we'll make the necktie separate. I think that's the way to go about this. Because she said she wanted me to go based off of this artwork more because it's a bit cuter. So that is what I have done. Honestly, I guess in that case, if she wants like cute, then I could always make the eyes less rounded, and I could like try and shrink them down a bit more like this. We'll see. We'll see. I do have a character sheet. Yeah, I do. ZUMI was good enough to give me one. Okay. Do that. Buzz doesn't have one. Damn. Okay. See these. Bring out ever so slightly. You know, I'll work on the shaping later. I'll just work on getting the base of it down first. Okay. So then these... extrude these upwards. I'm gonna start bringing them up like here. Okay, then these we're going to merge to last, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, fill in with that. Okay. So now we can do to at least start to get the shaping down for the collar. So, oh, it's not down this far. Okay. So I'll raise it up a little bit because then we'll start the curve around like here. Why is half the art she has nearly porn? Because porn is based. If you don't like porn, then, you know, you're kind of crazy. Hey Slappa, how's it going? Let's see. Take these, take that, fill that in. Wait, does she have an under? She does have an undershirt. Okay. I can still make that work. I can still make that work. I know exactly how I'm going to do that. I'll just make a slight inset face and then extrude it upwards like that. But, okay. So this, we're going to extrude out. 1, 2, 3, 4, fill. And all of these we're going to bring over a bit further, like here. For this entire top section here, I think I'm going to bring over, just so I have room to make the collar look proper. Actually, just while I'm thinking about it, let me add the additional vertices on this side too. Okay. And set that slightly. And bring it down a tiny bit. Like so. Okay. Porn is great. Just show it to your parents. Yeah, exactly. Walk back and I see a flat rat. Yeah, you do see a flat rat. Mm-hmm. Rat is cute though. We like the rat here. See, I'll add additional vertices for smoothing whenever I get to the full thing. Whenever I get to going all the way around. Speaking of all the way around, let me actually... bring out, over... straight back. Because then I'll just subdivide a bunch later. And that, I'll just bring over here and merge at last. So this we can subdivide, and then subdivide this, and then take this and subdivide there, and we'll get some additional vertices to go down. So... extrude again. 1, 2, 3. And fill. And then with these, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Extrude downwards. Shift it back a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, fill. 1, 2, 3, 4, fill. Alright, this entire top thing, we'll just go ahead and slide back like that. Take this part, slide it back there. Slide it in, slide in. Slide these in. We'll take this, move that, and that. Okay. Starting to get the shaping. Starting to get the shaping. A flat rat, it's not even Friday yet? Yeah, it's not Flat Rat Friday. That comes later. Okay. Let's see, so extend down. Extend down. And we'll just get the basic vertices filled in, just so we have them. One, two, three, four. Oh god, I did not select you by accident, you freaking stupid. Okay. Why? Bro, there's geometry in the way. Why are you selecting things that I'm not even selecting? This is so stupid. There we go. Okay. Okay. Then these four we hook up. And then we'll take these, extrude straight down. Bring out a bit. Fill in that. Like this. Bring down. This edge raise up a bit. One thing I love about Blender is that there are 1 million ways to do the same thing, right? It's just like all about how you want to go about it, pretty much. So let's see. These I want to bring up, send that back over. I'll make this back one here. You know what? We'll subdivide again. This here, I can have act as an edge of a single poly. Inefficient, but it works. Because honestly, I might end up having to extrude this back section down a little bit more anyways, so... Let's see, then we just take all of these, fill them in, and fill them in. Now we're getting somewhere! I got to create a torso mesh and scale it up a little bit. Extrude the bottom of the jumper over the skirt and not a solidify modifier. I mean, yeah, I could have done that, but this makes for more entertaining content. Thank you for the headpats. Thank you, thank you. Let's see, because in these, I do want to bring a tad bit more flush with the body. Then this, we're going to slide up a little bit. I'm gonna take this part, bring this forward, take this, bring it back a little bit, bring that back. Okay. Let's extrude this out a little bit, because then we'll just fill this in real quick. There we go. Let's see, based on ZUMI's reference, it's a pretty wide collar that goes just about past the shoulders. So actually, let's take this and slide it out a little bit more. Rotate it again. We'll bring it down to about here. That looks about right. Okay. So then this, I'm gonna extrude at a second point. About there. Take this, shrink that. Those 2 points are going to shrink in a bit. Actually, might make more sense if instead of being attached here, we delete that face. Yeah, it might make more sense if instead it was attached down here. So let me do that, just so I have the vision in mind. Forward a bit, extrude up. One, two, three, four, fill in. I'll fix that later. That. And fill that in. There we go. Now we're starting to get the shirt shape down. Looking good, thank you. So let's see. Spread that out and stretch it a bit. We'll extend this part out, extend this one back a bit. 2, 3, 4, fill. 2, 3, 4, fill. And then we'll just lower this down a bit so it's a bit more flush with the rest of the body. There we go. Now these points, just shrink that down. Bring that forward, shrink that down like there. And that should be good for the collar. So now let's work on the section for the sleeve. So we'll take this section and I'll just manually drag it down like right about there. We'll take this, drag this down like right about here. Shrink that, move it. Fill and fill. Up, over, up, fill, and fill, and fill. And there's our sleeve hole. Now we just need to adjust shaping a bit, and I'll make the sleeve here in a second, but I think we should get the base shape of the top section of the shirt done before we actually work on the sleeves. Especially because the sleeves themselves, they are larger and they are baggier. Okay. Okay. Then here we're going to raise this up a tiny bit, just so that vertex is in line. And speaking of things being in line, I'm gonna relatively try and get these vertices looking good. Or at least in a way that makes sense for me. Because let's see, for the sleeve section we have 1, 2, 3, okay, let me actually start from the very top. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have an uneven number of vertices. So instead of that, I'll just go ahead and add an additional section right there. Because I do need one to help smooth it out too. Just that way we have an even 12. Same brain cell. I mean, I plan to make VTuber models for all my friends. In time, of course. Not all at once, but all of my main VTuber friends I do plan to make models for eventually. I just figured that ZUMI would be a good start because she's my bestie. I love my bestie, and she's always been really good to me. And she's done art for me before, so I feel like this is a good way to pay her back for everything that she's done. Okay. We'll bring this part out, bring this part out, that part out a bit. I think it will extrude this down a bit. Let's do 1 and 2. Just to keep things matching. What did I accidentally... Like, fuck. I didn't mean to click there. There we go! Alright, and then these I'm going to just drag down and drag down, down, and down. And then we'll just slide this over, slide this over. Okay. That's good base shape. let's see, it puffs up more towards the bottom. And then we have that small lip section. Hey Kaisu, how's it going? Thank you! Yeah, I'm feeling very artsy today. I did not realize that I've almost been serving for a full hour already. God damn. Time really does fly when you're having fun, I guess. Right, EP just got done with psych appointment. Nice, nice. How'd that go? Actually. Let me do it like this. Actually, no. I'll do a full thing. I'll do a knife cut along the important parts. So we'll do there, 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 there. And then we'll end it off by making that part into a triangle. I can bump it up ever so slightly. So we can have the rat appear as though she has some bosom. I was weirdly chatterbox today. My psyche is glad about progress in making with social engagement. Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear it, honestly. That makes me really happy. Okay. What we doing now? Let's see. Okay, let me stretch these so that way they're more closely matched towards the arm. So I'll start with a base extrusion downwards, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Let me actually slide this point over a little bit. And over. Alright, let's do ring select, and let's get started on the sleeves. So we're going to make a small extrusion out. Actually, I said small extrusion. I don't know why I did that much. Make extrusion like that. We're going to rotate the entire thing. Start to bring it down like so. I'll add more rings here to make it look a bit better in a second. Don't worry. But for right now, we're solely focused on getting the shaping of the sleeve down. Stretch that out a bit. Let's move it forward a tiny bit. Alright, we're going to make another extrusion, and we're going to drag it down this way. See, because her sleeves start off slimmer towards the top, and then they slowly bow out towards the wrists. So I'm going to try and keep that going. Okay. And for this, we're going to shrink that so it's mostly flat. Just to help me keep my vertices in line. And we're going to make some more extrusions down. Splay this one out a bit more. And one last extrusion right here. And actually, just so I have some more room to work with, What I'll do is I'll move these ones like so. Okay. You do that. Because then with this one, I'll slide her down like here. And one more extrusion. We'll shrink it down a bit. And that's going to be the base for our shirt. So now we'll add a ring onto here. We'll slide it up. And we'll stretch it towards the vertical axis. And bring that entire thing up. We'll add another ring right there. We'll do another small stretch in the horizontal direction. So we can keep that shoulder shaping too. Stretch that like there. Okay. Now we're going to add some additional vertices here. I'm going to add one set there. Say right about here. We're going to add another set there, like that. Oh shit! My fucking ears, bro. Holy shit.
Time to annoy Jesse with the fact I'm never gonna give you up.
My god!
Never gonna let you down.
Stop!
Never gonna run around and desert you.
No! Fuck you and your rickrolls, you bitch. How dare you? Okay. Shrink that down a tiny bit. Slide that over. Let me rotate this ever so slightly. We'll bow this out a bit. E. You like the song? We're talking about the background music, right? We're talking about the background music, right? Not whatever this is, right? Or whatever the fuck the rickroll is. Both? Oh, I see. So you hate me then? Let's see. This one here, we're gonna rotate. Ever so slightly. Bring that outwards. And shrink it back on the vertical axis and move it in. I will stretch it on the other axis. do the same for this one. Because she looks a bit skinny. Okay. And then just out of curiosity, let's take a peek and see how we're looking. Oop, that's a bit broken. Let me do this. Let's see, Shift N, fix normals. There we go! There we go! Hell yeah, dude! We're looking good! Rat's coming along good. Let's go. Honestly, there's not much more shaping the shirt needs done. It just needs the additional details. And of course, the proper flaring of the arms, but that actually came together surprisingly fast. Okay, but I am noticing that there are some vertices here that are poking out slightly. On this side specifically. So we'll just bring those out a bit to prevent the clipping. Same for this side. And then for this front section here, we're going to bring it out a tiny bit. Alright, any other immediate clipping? Not that I can see. Okay. So then now what we're going to do, just so we get the proper shaping down, we're going to work on reshaping this section of vertices. Move that. Move that. And we're going to move these ones down too. Because this section here, I'm going to, this section, I'm going to, let's see. I think a bevel would be good. So we'll bevel it. Do that right there. Take this section here and we'll slowly bring it out a bit more. Same for this one. We're just going to widen it up a little bit. This section here, we're going to slide upwards. Okay. And same for this entire back section of the shirt. Because this entire thing is supposed to be very baggy. So just gonna take that, bring it like that. Take these parts, slide them out of it. Take those, bring that in. And then just to give this part some definition, we're going to slightly widen it. We're going to extrude and shrink inwards. Both to finish off the region and to close it off. Let me make sure that I have that closed off properly, actually. So let me hide that. Hide body, hide that. Okay. So I'm going to shrink this down as much as I can. Let's see, we're going to smooth those out. And fill in the entire thing. Send these two pieces there. We're going to send them up and inside. And then this section here, I'm going to give it another bevel. Want an extrusion. And this section, raise up ever so slightly. Let's see here. It would bunch up more towards the back, so I am going to do that. Okay. And bring that down, like so. Okay. How is shirt looking? I'd say pretty good. Let's raise the collar up a little bit. I feel like it's a bit too open. Actually, why am I even doing that? What I'll do is I'll just raise it up and I'll shrink it down a bit in this direction. There we go. And then these three will slowly start to bring everything back towards where it should go. Back and down. Let's bring that down and back and back. And then this section will just indent in the back of it. That looks much more like it. That looks much more like it. And we'll pull that down to smooth it out a bit more. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay. So now comes the sash part. Am I winning? I think so. I mean, check it. We got Rat coming along pretty smoothly so far. Yeah. This part's poking out a little bit for— Why am I bald, Merlot? How dare you? How dare you? Let me pat my bald head. This is fucked up. How is you? Also, congrats on 1K, by the way. I saw you got 1K. Congratulations. Gotta do my daily bald shining, bruh. Yeah, congrats, dude. I'm proud of you. Very proud of you. There we go. Ear. Okay. Thank you for the headphones, by the way. Thank you. Took a lot of hard work, but now I made it at a slow pace. Yeah. Honestly, I'd like to get to 2K. That's my goal, at least for this year. Or at least before my birthday, honestly. I feel like that'd be a nice birthday gift to 2K. But we'll see. Okay. Anywho. Before I go any further, save. Did it save? It did, okay. I'm back from dog walk. Just tried up my Kodiak double chocolate bread. It's really good. Hell yeah. 2K subs understood? No, I'm already at 74. That's good enough for me. I just want to get the start line for streaming this year. Honestly, that's really fair. I mean, that's all you gotta do. Just get to the start line, and then you're pretty good. Okay. Now we'll get to work on the sash. So I think that could be solved with a simple extrusion upwards to start. And then we're going to extrude both this section out and then a little bit in the x-axis as well. Okay, so bring this up. Maybe actually bring these points up a bit further too. As well as for these. Because there's going to be the necktie that goes under here in a bit. There we go. Health is a bitch. Plot twist, you'll give ZUMI big balls when no one is looking and call it finished. Okay, I'll only give her big tits if she wants big tits. I don't know if she wants them. So, I'm not gonna be mean and give them to her. Okay. Let's bring this point down. We're gonna start working on the shaping. See, let's add a couple segments. Slide them over like so. And same for these. And for these, we're just gonna bring them straight down because I'm pretty sure this part on the uniform is supposed to be like almost like a cape. Not a cape, like a cowl of some kind. Like where it just kind of like hangs down. And then it just goes like that. And then let's get rid of this harsh point, because that's not supposed to be super pointy. Just like that. Oh yeah, it's supposed to hold down like that. It's supposed to go. Wait, how far down is it supposed to go? Ooh, it's supposed to go down all the. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay, I understand how it works now. I understand how it works. So what we're going to do in that case is we're going to take these parts. We're going to extrude the region downwards. Like so. Then we're going to do the same thing where I'll add a couple extra regions here just so I can get some additional shaping to it. See this one, we're going to extend out a bit. Same for this one, and then this segment in particular, we're going to bring out, bring out. And then just that way it doesn't look super weird, we're going to... Actually, you know what? I'll put a try here. There we go. In this section here, I'll just go ahead and extend that like that. And how's that looking? Ooh, let me bevel it a bit. So, okay. So this section here, we're going to take this entire thing. Oh, I need to actually. Where's that section? Up a smidge. Okay. Now we can bevel the edge. Remember to bend the back of the scarf out from the body or the fixings will fuck up later. E, I got you, I got you. E. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But E, let's do small extrusion. Scale inwards. And then a bit more, and then slightly up. So now I can grab this edge, do a very tiny bevel to it. There we go. I don't know how to set up the anime shading. I haven't even gotten that far. This is my first time making a 3D model, so I'm learning as I go. Thank you, Merlot, for the lurk. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. E. That's fun though. I'm enjoying it. Okay, let me add some additional points here. Okay. There we go. I was too, but I ran out of steam this week. I'm gonna get back to it tomorrow if I have energy after college. That's fair, honestly. It does take a lot out of you. It does indeed. Okay. Now, before I do the scarf and everything, let me work on the sleeves, because the sleeves do need some work. They're not quite as baggy as they could be. Okay. And then let me finish off this section, actually. Just so I know that they're all good. Okay, so we'll do that. Do an extrude region. Upwards. Into there. And we'll close it off. Alright, I'm going to bevel this region too. So that way I can take this section, bring it down a bit, rotate, shrink it down. And we're going to make this the starting point for that kind of like puffing point. Okay, let me add on a few sections there. Just like that. Take this entire one. Rotate it ever so slightly. We're going to not stretch it out fully, we're going to only stretch it out in this direction. And this one we're going to rotate this one. And we're going to stretch it out in the opposite direction. Okay. I got the gay. I got the gay. Don't worry, you can be gay in chat now. Hey Vin, how's it going? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm just working on a rat right now. Gay sex is fine, but if I say it before, very before gay takes issue. True. True and real. Okay. How are sleeves? So they're more or less pretty straight. There is a small section up here that is indented slightly, so I will try and get that. Okay, let me try and just for now rotate it like this, and then we'll shrink it down in the Z-axis. Move it like so, shrink that. I'm going to ever so slightly forward. Thank you for the headbutts, by the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright. These we're gonna move down, and then this I'm gonna just take and shrink this up like so. See, how does it look on this? It just kind of goes in a bit. Okay, it doesn't go like in and down. It just kind of like it's a slight indent. Okay. I get it. Instead, what I'll do then is take these, shrink them down together. Yeah, that's a bit better. And then since this is the elbow point, I'll go ahead and bring that out slightly. Because it's the elbow point, I do actually need a slight bevel to the area. Anyways, so that way this set of faces here can be inset ever so slightly for the bend. And this set of vertices right here protrude ever so slightly for the elbow section. And then this section here, shrink down slightly. Try using the circle modifier from Loop Tools to really help me with the arms. I don't know what that is, nor do I know how to activate it, so I'm just going based off what I know. Okay. How's that looking? Much better, actually. Holy shit. That's looking really good. Even have the slight inset to this thing and everything. I'll use that in the texturing to note off wherever the stripes start and end. Okay. We got a secondary loop in here, though. Just so I can take these ones here. Bend those in. Take these, bring those in. Take this, stretch this out, stretch this out a bit. Okay. And I'm gonna take these, bring these out. I'm gonna take these. I'm going to stretch them up a bit. I'm gonna take these, stretch them down. And then so I get a bit of a kind of like cloth fold on this. Here, then I'll take same points again. Guess it's some definition at least. And then I'll do the same thing with a couple of these areas over here. Especially if we're talking by the elbow area, because this section here needs to be inset a little bit more. Not too crazy, but just a little bit. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. MP3 or whatever, both. I'll take both, honestly. I'll always take both. And then I'll also add a couple going down the back here. Okay, so we're going to bevel this part. But we're only extruding, not extruding, we're only moving these ones. In fact, this one I'll inset slightly. This one I'm going to move flatter a bit because that one is by the elbow. Hey, hey Volfor, how's it going? Thank you for the headbutts, thank you. Let's see, I think I'll add like an additional crease going up along this side. So let me take my knife. And do that. Enter, and then we'll take... Actually, this point in particular, let me move this up a bit. So I can take that point, that point, that point, that point, and that point. Bevel these. Move it like that. Take the inset vertices. Move them out ever so slightly. And forward. Actually. That was a bit too harsh. Let me smooth it out a bit. See, because in the back section, I can just slide this one down, slide this one up. Going well, thank you for asking. Hell yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Let's check now. That's a bit better. Now, I think... I'm just gonna add one more across this way here to add a bit more of movement to it. Enter. How much experience do you have with Blender? 2 weeks. That's not 100% true. I tried Blender once like 5 years ago. And I only recently started learning again. So... so, yeah. My experience with Blender has not been maxed out yet, but I'm getting there. Okay. So that, we're gonna go there. This one's gonna slide down. So will this one. And then these three. Move up here. That one I'm gonna slide over here. Let's see how that looks. Not too shabby, actually. Not too shabby. Seems like you understand structure pretty well. I mean, yeah, I did go to school, well, for 1 year for digital arts and design. So I haven't had that much experience with this stuff, but I at least understand the basic human body. Enough. I understand it enough. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is that is okay. See, because in this, I'm going to mirror across the x-axis. And then these, I'm going to remove the mirror from this. Okay, I feel like I fucked up how to do this. Okay. Ooh, not that. Bad news, what? No, I'm not. Shut your face. Okay. So, now that I've got all the stuff done with the mirror modifier, we will shift D it. Slide that to mirror across the x-axis. Okay. Now I'm going to need to go through the tedious process of merging it all. So let me remove all this. We'll do this piece by piece. Merge at center. Merge at center. Why are you not doing that? Gotta turn on my work laptop to get ready for work soon. Doing great progress. Thank you. I'm doing my best. I got you. I got you. I'll take a look at them in a moment. Or later, I guess. See, what does the Control J keybind do again? Let me check. I will. Oh, it's for object mode. Okay, okay. I get it, I get it, I get it. Okay, this section. Let me slide it a little bit closer just so I have it. These, it's Control J, and that makes them into a single object. Good, good, good. Now I can go into edit mode. Center, 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 center. There's probably a much easier way to do this, but I don't know any easier ways to do this, so we're doing this my way. Actually, just so I don't have to do much moving, let me actually move these together as close as I can. Now we can Control J. Yeah, the normals are gonna get fucked whenever we're doing a simple join like that. That's why whenever it's rejoined, I'll just recalculate. Make sure that we're good there, which we are. Okay. How the sides get separated? Because I turned off mirror mode. So now I'm joining them as a single object so I don't have to mirror anything anymore. Because it would be weird if the shirt as a whole was completely mirrored. Sending a video for easier. Ooh, okay, okay, bet. I will take a look. Hell yeah. Now we just... Oop, not that. Do that. Okay. Object mode. I think the rat's looking pretty good though. So far at least. The new video for hands later, you haven't done them. I have done the hands. What do you mean? The hands are right here. I showed you them earlier. Thank you, Radiance. I appreciate it. Also, hi. It's been a bit. How are you doing? How are you doing? She needs rat hands. I'm not giving her rat hands, okay? I'm not that mean. Maybe a bit simple. Nah, you're good, you're good. Let's see, edit mode. There we go. Let me do the same for that side, actually. Just ever so slightly. Okie dokie. See, because now what I can do is I can go ahead and make adjustments to the mesh itself without having to worry about it modifying to the entire thing. Just to make the bends and creases look a bit more natural, I guess. Yeah, because then let's see. Take these, bend those in a little bit. Shrink them up a bit. Recently got back into Blender too. Hopefully this time I stick with it. Yeah, honestly, I haven't touched Blender in like 5 years. I'm gonna be so real. I haven't touched this thing in 5 years. However, I'm very excited to have finally been getting back into it because I have an excuse to now. I'm doing this shit for my friends. I'm learning Blender so I can make my friends cool shit. That is my inspiration. Okay, now let me actually raise up this section. Yeah. Hell yeah, indeed. Let's see. I think they're fine, actually. Never mind. That's fine. It's supposed to have that kind of curve anyways. Let's see. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do the scarf. Oh god. Oh god. Hydrate, I got you. Okay. Actually, wait first. No, before I do the scarf, let me do that slight inner bit of shirt. What vertex did I accidentally click? I accidentally clicked on her right titty. Let's not do that, actually. Okay, we're gonna do simple extrusion. Bring it up. And this doesn't really need to be much of anything. It's gonna be simple anyways, because there's not much of the shirt that's shown. Because then I can just take this and merge it at last. Merge at last. Select everything and redo those normals. Okay. Right titty needs improvement, good point. No, both titties are fine. Both the titties are fine. But, let's see. I mean, comparing it to our reference, I'd say so far, Rat is looking pretty good. Pretty good. This doesn't have as much of like a viewpoint. That's actually fair. Ooh, not wireframe. So let's change that actually. Ooh, that's what was fucking up. There we go. I forgot you're a left titty. I'm not an any. I'm an every titty supremacist. What do you mean? All titty is good titty. Okay. Me actually take that and take that point. Let's just bring them down. Like so. There we go. But I got no titty. I don't have titty either. I got no titty. Zero. Zilch. None of it. But E. Okay. Let's see what I'm doing next. Next up, yeah, I'm doing the scarf next. Next up, scarf. It's okay, so am I. Flat is justice, okay? Actually, real quick, let me just make sure. Like everything, shift N for normals, we're good. That, back to object mode, okay. Probably should do this, actually. Okay. And this scarf. Yeah, and before we do anything else, save. Thank you, Radiance. I almost legitimately forgot. Alright, let me take a peek at this actually. Okay, you sent me a short here. Let me take a look at this short.
Do not
Ooh, okay.
duplicate objects across other objects like this. It is not optimal. Instead, do this. Select the object you would like to duplicate over, then go to the Modifiers tab and select the Mirror modifier and click on the eyedropper and select the middle object. You can also change the axis. Congratulations, you have learned a new optimal Blender tip. For all business inquiries, you can reach me.
Okay. I can give it a shot. losing part of your sanity. Literally. Fucking true. Let's see. So take this cube, shrink it all the way down. Actually, wait. If we're doing the scarf... No, no, no. This is good. This is good. Why am I bald again? Why am I bald again? Why am I bald again? Okay. So what I'll do, I'll add a couple, let me see first actually, how's the scarf look? Okay, so it has a single knot in the center, it has the 2 rabbit ears going off the side, then the rest kind of like stretches around. Okay. I see. How am I gonna go about this? Okay, I think I'll start with the knot shape, and then I'll extrude the regions from there, and then shape those into the ribbons. I think that's how I'm gonna do this. Actually, just so I don't have to worry about the model being in my way or anything, just so I can reference only the scarf. Let's start off with this. Okay. So let me get a couple of these for both middle on either side. I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, just so I have some additional regions to work with for the extrusions. And then let's see. Do this for the front. Okay. Then this entire top section here, I think I'm gonna stretch it out a bit. Okay. See, and the scarf's supposed to look messy anyways, so it doesn't matter if I'm doing all this shit by hand. Does not need to be perfectly mirrored. Not like the glasses. The glasses were a pain in the ass to try and figure out, but... So let's see, then this entire... Let's see, let's shrink down the back section. Aggressively. And with this being a center knot, I'm going to take these faces here, this face here, and inset it. Okay. Ooh, actually, let me do this. Oh, I rotated that in the wrong way. Because I wanted... I am very smart. Okay. So let me actually... such a solid. Let me take these space sections here. Actually shrink these down. Alright, shrink this. Why are you not moving? Oh, right. The middle sections. I think that should work, at least for the center part. So now I'm gonna take these. Actually, no, I'll take these and start to extrude these downwards. Oh, wait. I do have to do them individually, don't I? Oh, yeah. I'll do them either way. Or, either way. I'll do them both separately. There we go. And rotate this bit. Actually, no, they're fine staying like that. Extrude downward again. And we'll start to widen them along this axis. So if we're looking at the rat's things, then they start off larger towards the top and then they slowly taper out towards the base. Okay. Um. And then we'll just shrink these back down at the x-axis. And at this axis too. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. I can just do one of these, right? No, never mind, I'm not gonna do a full thing. I'll just do it like this. Actually, here, I'll do this, because that's the harshest edge. Scarf ain't long enough, let's fix that. And this section here. Alright. Whoa, fuck, I haven't had this for 2 hours. Oh shit, I didn't realize it'd been going this long. I really am getting lost in the sauce, holy shit. Really, literally, time really does fly when you're locked the fuck in. Holy shit, dude. Like, I knew I was locked in, but I didn't know I was locked in, if you know what I mean. Like, god damn. No, fuck it. Just to make it easier for myself, let me do this. Okay. We're going to Shift D to duplicate and mirror. Mirror across X global. Alright. If you hover over it and press L, it'll select the mesh. Ooh, wait, hold up. Let me. Ooh. That's good to know, actually. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate the tip. Alright, let me. Because let's see, I put the subdivide here and here. So. Subdivide that. Subdivide that. And we're going to take these spaces out. Go back to vertex mode or verticing mode. Hover over that. Move it ever so closer. There we go. A is to select everything, L will select the mesh so long as it's separate. I got you, I got you. Alright. Merge at last. Alrighty. That should be both bows mostly done, but I feel like this entire front section is a bit too large now, so let me shrink it down. If I do this, I can resize the entire thing here too. Alright, let me. Yeah, I'll put a bevel on that. And then just so I have them out of the way for now. Let's rotate them up and out of the way. back a bit too. Oh, right. A, Shift N, object, smooth shading. Yeah, and I'll work out the creases and all that whenever I get that fully shaped down at least, but... I think I like that. And I think that should make it look a bit more like a tied knot. Because that way it's kind of like dug in as opposed to just resting towards the front. Alright, I'll do it again. That. Okay. So again, move this ever so slightly towards the center. Do a quick bevel. Make it small. Go for center. Shrink down a bit. And enter the region. A bit further. So now, it's a bit better on both sides. Welcome back, Azrael. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What am I making? I'm making a rat. I am making a rat. Ooh, actually, both these sections do need to be kind of like brought closer together. Whoopies! Let me fix that. Edit. Seems cute? Yeah, right? ZUMI is very cute. Okay. There we go. Let's see how that looks in solid object mode. I'll just take these side sections and have to bring them in together a bit more. Okay. It's still pretty much the same from the side, so that's fine. And I'll readjust positioning and all that stuff whenever I actually have it on the model, but then all I really need to do is just make the straps that go underneath the collar section there, and then the scarf should be all done. Should just be easy enough, I would assume. I'm just going to take these. Shift these right there. Shift these too. And let me actually save real quick too. So that way I can take this and that. Oh wait, actually. Actually. You do the same with these lower ones. Let's make sure that they're more or less in line. So the extrusion looks a little bit better. Alright, go back to solid, go to face mode, simple, extrude, and extrude. So these are going to be mostly hidden behind the cowl anyways. Or not cowl, friggin' what am I thinking? Behind the cape anyways. Okay. Okay. Got that rotated a little bit better. Let's coming along nicely. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. I am very excited to show ZUMI whenever I get the chance to. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Measure that. Back to wireframe. Let's grab all of this. Rotate that a tiny bit, and I think this should be good to start trying to fit it onto the main model. So let's go ahead and try. Well, resize and resculpt is needed, but let's see. Place that smack dab in the center. Now let's start singing these in. I'm not gonna care too much about it clipping into the model because I don't really feel like I need to worry about that too much. That's a bit better-ish. Let me stretch. I definitely think I'll take a break after I finish the scarf for sure. Because then realistically, all I'll have to do left for the modeling part is the stocking, the shoes, and the thighs, but I feel like I'll do that another day or later on tonight maybe. Am I winning? I feel like I'm kind of winning. Thank you for the headphones, thank you. I appreciate you very much. Let me switch to Vertex mode. Oh wait, what am I doing? I need to hide this inside of, oh, not all of that. I need this to get hidden inside here. Yeah, this is gonna be very scuffed. Okay. I can't wait for you to not raid ZUMI when you're done after working on the ZUMI one for over 2 hours. What do you mean? Of course I'm gonna raid on ZUMI. And then I'm gonna send her a picture of the progress immediately right after because she deserves to see it. And I know she's excited to see it and I'm excited to show her. I know to any Blender pros watching, I am probably horribly inefficient. However, comma, this is how I've learned to do things so far, so I'm gonna try and learn off of what I've been doing. Okay. Now, I actually do this. Oop. Didn't want to get all of that. There we go. I just realized I was getting hella upskirt. Let me not do that, maybe. Oopies. Oopies. Alright, let me see how it looks off with this on. These do need to be bigger. They do need to be bigger. Okay. Okie dokie. Now let's switch back to wireframe. great. Love it when the polygons fuck up. That's a bit better, size-wise at least. Alright, now let's do the exact same thing, but with this side. Here we go. Okay. I'll take these vertexes, flatten them down a bit more. Actually, let me just do this. Now I can work on properly defining the entire scarf. Okay. So these we're just gonna shrink over here. These we're gonna shrink over here. And save this. It's sunken in. As does this one. As do these two. Let's do a quick look. How does it look so far? Pretty good. I think I need to round this edge out a bit more, so let me do that real quick. Oop! I accidentally edited the wrong thing. Here we go. Hydrate, I got you, I got you, I got you. Hold up. Alright, now how are we looking? Much, much better. Now the rat's actually looking like a rat. Oh my god. Wait, this is actually turning out really good. Wait, this is actually turning out really good. Like, better than I thought, kind of good. Let me drag this shirt down a bit. Because it looks like it needs to be down a bit more. Actually, you know what? No. I think it's good. The skirt can be a little bit longer. I'll just drag it down towards the front area, if anything. And then I'll do the same here. Okay. And just because it technically bunches up under the arms, I'm going to do that of that. And same for that side. Looks really good, thank you. It's too chill this Monday, it's so calm. Is that bad that it's chill? If you don't want it to be chill, then I can hop in VC later and start bashing heads in. Which honestly I might do that anyways, but you know. Oh, wait, why does that look like that? Hold up. Why does that look like that? I don't know if I like that. Why are you merged? Ooh. Oh, that's what was happening. Oh, okay. I see what was going on. Alright. I'll do this nice and easy then. Enter that. Up here. Enter that. Okay. Alright, now that should look better. Should. Let's see. Not wireframe, I want to go to object mode, and yes, that's much better actually. That's much better. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, because I think this is supposed to be like a hood section, let me add like a small inset area, or like at least extrude this area outwards a little bit so it looks a little bit better. So let me do it like this, where I bring it down from here. Oof. Okay. That's one section. I'll do the second section across like this. And then the oop. And then the final section will come around like this. And enter. Okay. And now this entire set of vertices, we're going to bevel in. then slide that in. And just so that the entire thing looks a bit nicer, we're going to round that off. Slide this up, slide this up. Let's see how that looks. I was gonna do that regardless. Listen. I was asking if you wanted to see it, but that sounds weird out of context. But I was okay. If you don't want to watch me cause chaos and violence, that's fine. Just let me know. But okay. Vertex mode. Push those in. Here. That's a bit better. I like that. Let's see. I do want to add a crease in this section too, so I will. So we're going to bevel again. We're just going to raise that up ever so slightly. And then just for this section here, slide these faces inwards. Slide these inwards, not faces, vertices. These we're going to slot downwards a little bit. And let's see how that looks. It's not too terribly obvious, but it's subtle enough. I think I like it. I think I like it. Okay. And we're just about 3 hours in, so I think that is where I'm going to call it for the day. But I will go ahead and take a screenshot after stream and send it to ZUMI. Actually, no, I'll take a screenshot now and send it to ZUMI. Okay. And let me find my DMs with the Zoom. Okay. And I'll take the back photo later. Alright, and save. Hell yeah! Alright, well, we have a good bit of the rat all set and done. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. Maybe I'll do more later. I'm not sure. But I know for sure I'll at least try and knock out the rest of the clothing tomorrow. But for today, having gotten done the shirt and this, I think that was good progress for 3 hours. For 3 hours, I'd say that was pretty good. But yeah. And as for who we're rating, I feel like that's pretty fucking obvious. Yep. The rat is doing Resident Evil, so we're gonna go ahead and raid on into ZUMI, of course. See, it looks like she is playing Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. And, oh god, she's right at the beginning. Oh boy. She just started. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna send you guys on off to ZUMI. And you're gonna go ahead and give her all the love, all the support, all the everything. And I will see you all tomorrow for more VR. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be doing more battle talent, so... Anyways, let's start raid. For those of y'all that are still here, I do appreciate you guys still hanging out with me and just kind of vibing, watching me as I'm doing my model and shit. ZUMI's model, not my model. I don't know why I said my model, but you guys have a lovely rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it is for you. I'm sorry again for being quiet. I was very locked in throughout most of this, but I thought it would be kind of fun to just like stream while I was working on this so I could at least have some live critique and public feedback and shit like that. So yeah, go give the rat some love. Let's do Get Spooked in the chat, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So yeah.